I'm Bruce Bowie from 630 Ched here with Glenn Wallish. Third generation?
Third generation.
Third generation. How many years has Wallish Greenhouses been here?
In this particular location, we're in our 20th year, but we've been going in some form since 1919.
Wow, 1919, that's awesome. See, I asked that question because I think it's important that people understand that you have a little bit of knowledge about the climate and the soil and how things grow and why they grow in this part of the country. I get to come into your greenhouse now, Glenn, and it's just so lush and it smells so great and everything. I get to see it at this point, but at what point in the year do you start doing all the seeding and everything?
We'll start shortly after Christmas with seeding some of the longer term crops like begonias for hanging baskets, and then it kind of picks up in the middle of January a little bit. But by the time we get to early February, we're starting to go full tilt. And then, of course, March and April, we're chugging along at 100% and just going crazy.
Is it fair to say then when people buy plants from you, I mean, you've nurtured them along, are they kind of hardened off, they're ready for our climate, ready for everything, pretty much?
We try to use natural ventilation as much as possible, and particularly as we get closer to May when we're getting ready to sell the crop, we like to keep the greenhouse temperatures as cool as possible so that they are somewhat acclimatized for going outside.
Now, I don't remember everything. Your handsome brother-in-law, Dan, asked me to say that. Gave me a tour and explained a little bit about the technology of how things work. And maybe you can just tell us a few things. I think you've got some kind of underneath watering system or something that you use to avoid leaf rot.
Yeah, our primary form of irrigation that we use is sub-irrigation, and that'll either happen on benches or on some of our floors where we use flood floors. And the whole idea is to allow the pots to soak up water from below so that the foliage stays dry. And the drier we can keep the leaves and the stems, the less chances of some of the rot diseases developing.
Glenn, I know there's going to be a lot of people that might be watching this saying, well, I've got a question. Why didn't he ask that? Can they get a hold of you somehow, or the people here at Wallish, and ask some questions as well?
I believe they can. Okay. There is they can call in. They can actually check our website, wallishgreenhouses.ca, and there's all the contact information there as well, and then the direct questions can be directed towards somebody who can answer them.
Good. Well, you've got some beautiful hanging baskets here. I mean, lots of hanging baskets. What's your big seller? What do people really want? What are they coming and looking for mostly?
Well,
probably a bit of everything.
A bit of everything. We do a wide variety of both baskets and that are just ready to go, so that you can have instant color in your yard. We have, geraniums and all sorts of other things that are just in individual pots that can, so you can mix and match and create what you want.
Glenn, there's a lot of things you could do for a living, your family members as well, so this is kind of a crazy question, but why is it that you do what you do?
Well, first of all, starvation's a great motivator.
Yes.
And you certainly, the greenhouse industry is very easy to get into and very hard to get out of, so you get born into it, and you find that you've been doing it for 30 years, and then you wake up one morning realizing it's the only thing you can't do, and you have no qualifications to get out. Kind of like being a radio guy.
Exactly, yeah. What would I do if it weren't this? So yeah, I understand.
But I think seriously, or more seriously, one of the reasons we do what we do is there's a challenge to producing a crop and coming up with a consistent quality level year after year. And I think maybe on a bit of a deeper level, people have this innate desire to surround themselves with beauty. And what we do is we provide people with the ingredients and the raw materials so that they can do that. And I think when I think about why I'm in the greenhouse industry or why I stay in this business, that's primarily the reason why I do it.
Perfect, great. Well, I just tell everybody this is an extremely popular greenhouse, and I know last year there were a few things we needed, and I left it till a little later in the season, and I came and it was looking pretty empty. So things empty out pretty quick. If you're thinking of coming to Wallish and making your yard look this beautiful, don't delay. Glenn, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.